Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, October 31st, 2011, Halloween. Happy Halloween. I got an interesting question over the weekend that I thought I'd share with you all because it does bring out a lot of other questions about SSI and SSDI and the difference between the two. The question reads, Michael, I have three questions. It's actually three questions for a consumer I'm assisting. This is one of my colleagues here at Pacific Clinics. One, the research I did on putting the money into a burial trust. See, this woman had received an extra $3,000 that she was unaware of because of she was part of a class action suit, and she was awarded, as I guess everybody else in the class action suit was awarded, $3,000. She's receiving SSDI and SSI. Now, the SSDI portion of her payment doesn't have this money won't have any effect on it whatsoever. She'll simply have the $3,000. The SSI is different because, as far as SSI is concerned, your asset limits may not exceed, or your assets may not exceed $2,000 if you're an individual living at home with cooking facilities. If you are married with a disabled spouse, you can have $3,000 in total assets. There's also a way to secure $1,500 that won't affect your SSI assets limits if you use that $1,500 for burial funds. It just has to be sequestered into a different account, one that is labeled burial funds, and proof of that submitted to Social Security. My colleague says the research I did on putting the money, that $3,000, into a burial trust she already has a plot, seems to indicate she can go beyond $1,500. In fact, it says that there is no limit. Is this your experience? Well, frankly, it's not my experience, and I went to the website, and it still states $1,500. So if there are new rules about the amount of burial funds one can have on when one is on SSI, then you have to get that directly from Social Security or from some other knowledgeable resource. The second question is, what effect will depositing the check into her account in order to dispose of it legitimately have on her SSI? As she is in a day treatment program and has IHSS, that is the In-Home Supportive Services program that helps people with low incomes on Medi-Cal take care of some basic household chores and some light personal assistance. So she also has In-Home Supportive Services, SSI, and Medi-Cal. She has a reverse mortgage on her home. This is number 3. By the way, the answer to number 2, I guess I better get back to that one. The answer to number 2 is, regardless of what effect it will have, she, as an SSI recipient, is obligated to report any money out that comes out of the ordinary from any source. So whether or not it's going to affect her SSI is, it's irrelevant because it needs to be reported. And most overpayments result from people not reporting what they are obligated to report in a timely manner. Also, when you do report, make sure that you do it in a way that you will have proof that it has been reported to Social Security. Best way is to go into Social Security itself and get a stamped receipt saying, yes, this was brought to us by Social Security. And you keep those receipts. Those receipts are precious because many times things get lost, things get transferred to the wrong place, things are misplaced, things go into the wrong files at Social Security, not because they're bad people, by the way, but simply because they are so overworked or so burdened by all of the paperwork that they're inundated with on a daily basis. So there's that. Always report anything if you're on SSI. If you're on SSDI, there are no asset limits, so those things don't have to be reported, although it wouldn't hurt to do so, at least to make the effort. Question number 3. She has a reverse mortgage on her home. Have you ever heard of paying part of that back as a legitimate and effective way of handling funds such as these? Well, No, I don't know really much about reverse mortgages. That would be something for the buyer to, or whoever has arranged that reverse mortgage to deal with. However, I'm curious now as to whether or not that reverse mortgage payment that she's receiving is being reported to Social Security, because it should be. This individual is an SSI recipient, and when income is coming in from any other source, it needs to be reported to Social Security. Now, I haven't heard back about whether or not she is receiving, or she is reporting this income. I don't know, but she should be. If she's not, it could result in an overpayment, because for all the months that she was receiving SSI but wasn't reporting this income. And if this income, by the way, is combined with her SSDI and reaches an amount greater than her SSI payment allows, then all of the months she was receiving SSI, she was not eligible to receive SSI. This could result in an overpayment, and this is what we have to watch out for. So those three questions, that's my answer very quickly. Again, if you have any questions about this or anything else, please email me at mvanessen, that's MVANESSEN, at Pacific Clinics, 2 words, and it's plural, pacificclinics.org. All right? And until I get another question in the mail, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.